Hello everyone, welcome to the Legendary Garage Sale Find video. Thank you for tuning in. In this particular episode, we're going over a pretty unique find. But to set it up, I went to 3 small rural towns about 45 minutes north of me that were advertising citywide sales. And you can travel them along the same highway. So I woke up a little bit early and headed over that way and started digging around because I had never been to these towns for garage sales before. So by the time I left the second city, I hadn't found too many of the items that I'm normally looking for. But as I was leaving the second town, I came across an estate sale, what turned out to be a hoarder house, just packed to the rim with all kinds of stuff. And I found so many unique items that made the trip well worth it. So let's take a look. Still in there. Memory card. Anything and everything can be in this house.
I know. I've opened a couple suitcases here. It's pretty good. It's crazy.
Wow, this thing looks like it's brand new.
What is it?
It's a little travel kit.
Oh, you found games and stuff up in here?
I found games in this drawer.
That's crazy.
There's an unopened controller here too.
Yeah.
There might be a PlayStation in this house. I gotta look for it.
All right.
Yeah, this controller's not open, and I found a stack of games.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking around. There might even be Nintendo stuff in here.
Yeah, you never know. That's the crazy part about it.
We're digging. I'm gonna dig through these drawers here.
That's not something you would expect in this house.
What?
It would be games.
Oh, you said maybe I might have someone come by and they dropped it off.
Yeah.
But that's why it's pain to look. I saw one and there was like others buried underneath it, so I moved. This was on top of them. And then I found this whole drawer was full of them. I'm gonna take this outside along with this. So I can't carry all this at the same time. Yeah. I mean, one of them is really good, but still.
Yeah, mostly sport games.
Yeah.
Finally some goodies.
I think I did. I'm gonna put it outside to make a pile.
All right.
Excuse me, sir. I don't want this to fall on in case I move this and it tips over.
It falls.
I don't want to fall on your feet.
Okay.
Uh-oh. There it goes. Well, there this one goes. These are just kind of stacked on each other.
Yeah. My wife probably gonna kill me when I sitting here for.
I know. Sometimes you feel like you need a mask.
Yeah.
Excuse me, go ahead, sir.
Go ahead.
Oh, you had heavier stuff. Can I make a little pile next to you, ma'am?
Oh, yeah, you can sit right here by
Right here.
Sir? 3.
Yours is busted, Dad. Remember?
Yeah, you can put your stuff right
Thank you,
here,
ma'am.
baby. He says you spend days.
Yeah, you could spend days looking through all this. Ooh wee. Is that a Pepe Le Pew bobblehead?
It is.
That's cool.
Yeah. Bring it outside because the head just fell off on it. Moving around too much.
With the shell.
Deep fire. Someone like cars.
That too?
Oh, sure.
Make it fit. It'll help me out a lot.
Oops.
Did they say how much like prices and stuff like that? Did
I don't know.
I was thinking it would be pretty cheap or something.
Yeah.
I just heard them for wanting that for that. I'm like, oh.
Let's see. A lot of appliance boxes. I don't know if they're in them there though.
I know.
Okay, everybody. So here are the items that I picked up at that estate sale. We're gonna start off with the consoles. I did find this Super Nintendo to give you a little indication of how it started out. The top is what I wiped off, and the bottom is how I found it. So it was pretty dirty. I honestly couldn't tell you how many decades of dust I wiped off of it, but it of course came with no controllers and no cables. It does power on, and it's no surprising it doesn't play games. I haven't gotten there and cleaned it out, but it's still a pretty nice find because I knew I was going to find something Nintendo in that house. Now back here, I had never found an Atari before, and this one is in pretty I won't say rough shape, but it still has all the dust on it. Still haven't really cleaned it off, and the joystick, especially in the middle one, is missing the little cap on it, and I do not believe I found a power cable for it, so I'll be in the lookout for one of those. But it's still interesting to find. I had never really picked up one before. Now here are two Atari games I did find. We have, of course, the classic Pac-Man and Word Zapper. I'll have to wait till I get an operable Atari to test them out. Now next to the Super Nintendo, I did find these two games. We have Monopoly and Donkey Kong Country 3. So a nice find right there. And Super Mario World 2. After much searching, I did not find anything else Nintendo related, unfortunately. But one of the better things I did find from the footage that you did see is the technically still sealed DualShock, but I'm not gonna show it here on camera, but the plastic is broken right there and right there, where something must have been sitting on this for a good while, but it's still in there. And I do think this one buy could pay back for the whole lot, so it should go hopefully about $60. Now here was another clear indication that that one time there was a PlayStation in the house. I found this manual for the fat PS2, but alas, I could not find it. And here are all the other items that I picked up from that drawer. Got a original PlayStation memory card, network adapter setup disc, and the games. Gran Turismo, San Andreas, Ratchet and Clank, and got World Championship Poker, Tiger Woods 06, ATV, Madden 03, Jam Pack, and another poker game here. I remember this one from back in the day, but still it was surprising to find games in this condition in the house, considering all the crazy stuff that I did have to dig through to find these things. But I think it was well worth it, and just in the sale of this and Donkey Kong Country 3, I'll be well into the profit, because originally the nice man wanted 80 for everything you see here, but I did talk him down to about 50. So pretty all right deal in my opinion. You gotta let me know down in the comments what you think about that. But I'm still happy with all the great stuff that I did find. Okay guys, I almost forgot. Before you go, I just wanted to show you this other item that I picked up. So the guy you saw me talking to in the video, he pointed this out to me because I had honestly passed right by it. This poster was hanging up behind a door, but he saw that I was interested in the games and he pointed it out to me. So I managed to pry this thing off the wall, and it's only kind of beat up in a few places. Here we got a rip there, and there's a rip up there, but here we have the 1987 Nintendo, I guess, video game checklist, because each of these little things has something where you can check off that you, I guess, have these games or played these games, but it's still got pretty nice details to it. So I managed to pick it up. I might frame it myself. I think it's too damaged for online sale, but it might just hang up in my eventual game room. Nice little piece of nostalgia right there. But that's one of the last things I wanted to make sure I showed you guys. Okay everybody, so there's all the great items I picked up at this estate sale. Now, I didn't get this on camera, but I did come across 2 comic books in the living room. There were an issue of Thor and Conan from the late 80s, so that gave me hope that there might have been more comic books somewhere in the house. So when I asked the nice lady outside and the gentleman in the blue plaid whose house it was, if they had any more, they told me they had burned them. Burned about 300 comic books. He didn't know any titles, but when he asked me how much money did I think he burned, I told him I couldn't give him a number based on, well, I needed to see, but I couldn't believe it. But in this particular case, who knows what titles it could have been and what condition, but he just remembered that some of them were still in the plastic, so they might have been bagged or boarded. I couldn't tell, but needs to say my face dropped when I heard that, and it goes to show sometimes you get there a little bit too late. But I'm still happy with the things that I found, and although I didn't get to save those books, there'll be more collections in the future, I am sure. But until next time guys, I hope you liked the video and the content. If you want to leave a comment down below, please do. I like chatting back and forth with all of my subscribers, people who watch. But until next time, thanks for watching.